Jake, thanks for coming in. Appreciate your time. I've just had a look at the figures for the Fireside chat, and to be honest, they're just not doing very well. I mean, 15,000 views, 17,000 views. All the other videos, they do over 30,000 in 24 hours, and I'm not sure this is sustainable. So what do you think it is? Maybe it's the knitwear? I'm going to give you one last chance, Jake. We'll see how it goes from here. I don't want to cancel it. You don't want it to be cancelled. And there's people out there that love it. We just need more.
Hello again, guys. It's me, your friend Jake. Some things get cut short far too early, don't they? Like the life of Bob Ross or the TV show Hannibal. And sometimes games get cut short far too early. So in this video, we're going to be talking about some standalone titles that definitely deserved sequels, but were cut far too short and never got one. Because great things, they can't last forever, guys. Freedom Fighters is a 2003 third-person shooter developed by IO Interactive and published by EA for the PS2, Xbox, GameCube and PC. The player controlled a squad of teammates as they fought through the streets of New York where the Soviet Union had invaded. A sequel was announced in 2004 by Eidos UK, but Kane and Lynch Dead Men development overshadowed the second Freedom Fighters and the future of the sequel was in doubt. And then in 2010, when asked about the potential sequel, the devs refused to comment. Mike, what's so upsetting to you about this one?
Listen, I'm going to level with you. Jake just asked me to mention a game. I don't know why I want a Freedom Fighter sequel. I just fancy it. I think it would be good. Do you want me to? And on top of all that, some things get cut short. That sucks. I am thankful for the things that are stable in my life. Like this Fireside chat, for example. They are great.
Oh, Mike, those anecdotes always cheer me up, week on week. Let's see what Liam's got to say. Vagrant Story is an action role-playing game developed by Square for the PlayStation in the year 2000. The game takes place in and around the ruined city of Leamond. The story revolves around Ashley Riot, a risk-breaker who must investigate a cult leader and a senior Valendian Parliament member, Duke Bodorba. This game has come on to be quite a cult hit over the years, and there was a huge resurgence of this game in Japan about 10 years ago. But Liam's going to tell you why this game deserves a sequel.
It was a great little RPG on PS1 made by Square Enix, known as Squaresoft back then. And it's one of their more forgotten about RPGs. It had a fantastic real-time combat system, which is kind of similar to Fallout 3 with the VAT system. It's not really been done since then. It had an amazingly dark fantasy story and setting. It was sort of connected to the Final Fantasy XII series in a way. Had the same director and shared a lot of thematic elements and stuff like that. And the story was brilliant, some of the best storytelling I've seen in a game ever, and it even ended on a pretty open note. And we haven't seen these characters since then. So yeah, I really wish there was a sequel. I mean, I'd settle for a remake at this point. Also, some things get cut short. That sucks. I'm thankful for the things that are stable in my life. Like this Fireside chat, for example. They are great.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks, Liam. Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem is a psychological horror action-adventure game developed by Silicon Knights and published by Nintendo for the GameCube in 2002. Players take on the role of several characters in a family tree. They explore a mansion and its mysteries while investigating the murder of the main protagonist's grandfather. Nintendo trademarked the title again in 2011, which got everyone talking about a Wii U release for the game, and the project was eventually confirmed by its cancellation. It was cancelled because of some legal trouble regarding the rights to Epic Games' Unreal Engine 3. The struggle ended up bankrupting the devs back in 2013. So if you didn't own a GameCube, you're probably wondering what is this game? It was actually a really mature GameCube game rather than Super Mario Kart Double Dash and stuff. This was closer to Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 4. Yeah, it was actually that good. You played as a woman going around the house and looking at family mysteries, and then you ended up playing as those ancestors. It was a little bit like What Remains of Edith Finch, if you played that from last year. It had themes of Lovecraft, insanity, elder gods, survival stuff. My mum quite liked it. It was great. It was really good. The devs wanted to make a new one, and it kept getting screwed up for them. And they got into some legal trouble with Epic over the Unreal Engine. Then it got retraded. Like I've basically just told you this anyway, but oh man, what a shame. What a great game. Thanks, me. Okay, finally this week, it's Gaz's pick. Let's see what he's got to say. Sid Meier's Pirates is a video game created by Sid Meier. Crazy, I know. Developed and published by Microprose in 1987, you may have seen a 2004 remake that Atari put out on all the consoles that generation. Pirates is a single-player open-world game. Players can hunt other pirates, seek buried treasure, rescue long-lost family members, attack ships or towns, or even avoid violence altogether. So to recap, more content than Sea of Thieves, but it was 31 years ago. Sid Meier went on to do some great things, and Pirates was an absolute classic back in its day, but Gaz reckons it needs a sequel, and here's why.
Sid Meier's Pirates was a game that was kind of before its time. It was doing things that no other game was really doing. It was giving you that sandbox experience. Back in 1987, can you imagine that? It was crazy. It was fantastic at the same time. Just that adventure that you could go on and write your own story. Ally yourself to whoever you want. Make your own choices. You weren't bound by anything. Just go out and sail and just explore if you wanted to. Or you could, do the pirate thing and, rob loads of people on the high seas. Spectacular. The problem is, though, when people just don't play things enough, or there's just not enough numbers. If the numbers are low, then, they have to die, unfortunately. And that's just the sorry state of the world.
Thanks, Gaz. There's one more person I'd like to hear from now, and that's you. What game deserves a sequel but never got one? Let me know in the comments below. I cherish you even being here. It means a lot to me. So let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to give it a thumbs up. Speaking of thumbs up, if you liked the video, why don't you click that like button? Subscribe if you're new around here. There's more Fireside chats on the screen right now. Please click them, I need this. There's also a link to our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And until then, stay clean, stay warm, stay safe, stay happy. Your old pal Jake, well, will I be here next week? Who knows? See you then. Maybe.